the top 10 left wingers or left mids, because it's practically the same position in the world right now. Number 1, we've all got the same man, and it's Vinicius Junior. Surely.
I've gone Mbappe.
I've gone Mbappe.
I didn't know Mbappe was still classed as a left winger. I thought he was playing
Yeah.
up top this year.
Well,
Plays
no,
a bit
it's
of both.
left.
So you stink.
Well, no, all right.
So that means Mbappe's not on his list.
Yeah, Mbappe's not on my list. I had him playing up top, and I've got another man where it was maybe he plays as a striker. I should have thought of Mbappe, but I've got Vinicius Junior first. I won't argue that he's better than Mbappe because I don't think he is, but I think he actually plays on the left all the time.
Yeah,
so.
Vinny Junior's my second, but I've got
Yeah,
Mbappe
he's my
number 1.
second as well.
Do you think that Mbappe is top 3 players in the world right now still?
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Name me 3 players better than him. Right
No,
now.
I'm just saying, I think like there's
No, but
a lot.
that's my argument is that name me 3 players better than Mbappe right now.
I think it's quite close, you know. When you put Salah, Haaland, Vinicius Junior, Bellingham. It is
I think
actually...
Mbappe's ahead of them, I think.
I think my only thing. Well, I know he's done it for France, but when you're playing in the French league, I just can't take you that seriously.
Well, yeah, that's true. He's doing it in the Champions League, though, isn't he?
No, I'm not saying. This is what I mean. I'm not even really. I'm playing devil's advocate here,
Yeah.
but I just think if he needs to do it in a better league. For
Oh,
it
he
to
will.
be.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to Madrid next.
Yeah, I think it's confirmed,
So,
yeah.
so yeah, we'll see.
I think to be honest, I think he's the best player in the world.
Yeah, I think so.
Now
Number
that-
1.
Yeah, now that Messi's kind of drifted off to America, Ronaldo's drifted off to Saudi, I think Mbappe is the best in the world now.
Yeah, I think that it's just not quite to the same difference as that Messi Ronaldo was. Maybe that's why I view it a bit differently, because when Messi and Ronaldo were at the peak, they were just so much higher than every other player. Whereas I don't think Mbappe, like, he's higher, but he's not.
Yeah,
like,
he's not miles ahead, is he? No.
Yeah, and you've both got Vinicius Junior second.
Second, yeah.
I've got Rafael Leao second. AC Milan. He's been killing it for a couple of seasons now, and he's still really young as well. I think he's a great player. Whenever I've seen him play in the Champions League, obviously I'm not a weekly regular of the Serie A, but who have you got third?
I got Foden.
I've got Foden.
Yeah.
Foden. Do you know, this is the one where I think I might get cooked a bit because I didn't have Mbappe, but I've got this man who I know has played as a striker this season, but I've got Son.
Well, he's further down for me.
I think that's a bit high.
I just think he's been so good for so many years. I know he had Kane there previously, but literally for about 5...
He's still quality. He's still...
This season
still up there.
he's done pretty well, and pretty much last season maybe was a little bit off, but he's been so good for Tottenham over
He's
the
brilliant.
course.
He's
really
quality. He's in my top 10, but I think 3's a touch high.
Third, fourth, then lads.
I've got Leao at 4.
Okay,
I've gone for Grimaldo at Bayer Leverkusen. He's technically a left wing back. But
Right.
He's got like 20 goals and assists this season.
Oh, has he?
Bayer Leverkusen. He's
damn.
Yeah, he's
ripping
quality.
it.
I didn't put him in because I see
Yeah.
him more as a left back, but I hear the shout.
Do you know
He's quality.
I didn't know that he'd done that well.
Oh yeah, he's,
Their fullbacks have been
yeah.
unreal.
They
this
play
year.
like really high up. Really, like I don't know who's on the right for them, but they're just
It's
getting.
that
Didn't he used to be at
Frimpong.
Benfica or something like that Grimaldo?
To be
I don't know if I've imagined that because of FIFA.
Yeah.
Anyway, at number 4,
God, who have you got?
I've got Gordon.
He's way down my list.
I think right now, this season, he's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anthony fucking Gordon.
Yeah, the thing is as well.
4th best
Right.
left winger in the world.
So, right, yeah, you can say that, but I didn't include Mbappe and Foden because I didn't class them as left wingers. So, obviously, that would make him 6th.
What are they? Goalkeepers? What are they?
Oh my fucking god. No, I want to hear the rest of your list before I say anything else. I just want to hear who you've said is not as good as Anthony Gordon.
I'm saying right now as well, by the way.
Yeah, right now, yeah. Gordon's not that good. Right.
Yeah, I mean, this season.
We'll move on. We'll
Okay.
move on.
Number 5, who have you got, lads?
I've gone for Martinelli.
That's high. I've gone Son.
I mean, I won't argue with that because obviously Son's already been on my list. I've also got Martinelli at number 5
So you think Anthony Gordon's better than Martinelli?
this season, yeah. Especially when Anthony Gordon's playing in a worse team. Martinelli's
I
really
think in
good.
the last few weeks, Martinelli, because they've just scoring 5 or 6
Yeah.
every game, aren't they? So I suppose right now, Martinelli's.
I just think, well, Newcastle have been quite off form this season. Gordon's looked good whenever I've seen him play.
I think
still
he'll get-
really young, and his stats
Yeah.
this season have been incredible.
He'll be
so
up there
I'm
for
not-
Young Player of the Year, definitely. But
Yeah, and Martinelli's a little bit older, but I don't know. He's just not done quite as well this season as he did last year. Still done great, but
I think since the new year, Martinelli's been brilliant.
right. Who have we got at number 6?
I've got Musiala for Bayern Munich.
Is he a winger as well? This is the problem with these ones.
Because when I did this last night, I looked on obviously the position, and he plays on the left at the moment. I think Sane's on the right for Bayern Munich.
I mean, I'll take it because I had Musiala in my attacking mids list.
I have Musiala more as a cam, to be honest. Number 6 for me is Luis Diaz.
He's further down for me.
I think mad overrated.
I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
I think he has decent stats and he's on the ball sometimes.
He's tricky.
He's really good. But I also think sometimes he does way too much for no reason. And he could just put a simple
His end
pass in.
product isn't, he doesn't get enough goals.
Diaz, I don't think I've even got him on my list. Nah. Don't make it. Number 6, I've got a man I can't even pronounce his name. A Napoli winger called
Kvaratskhelia.
Oh, yeah.
Kvaratskhelia.
He was brilliant last season when they won
This year
it.
he's been a bit...
Last year he was brilliant.
Yeah.
This year you say he's been a bit, but he's had 10 goals and 5 assists in 26 appearances, which is pretty good.
Still good.
In a Napoli team that's not doing quite as well as it was in the previous few seasons.
He's still at 20, 21, and he's really young.
Last season he got 12 goals, 13 assists.
Yeah.
So I think he deserves a spot on the list. I don't think 6th is a mad take. Are we on to 7th?
So I had Son as 7.
Okay.
That's low.
I do think that is quite low, to be honest. If we're classing him as a winger, then I think he has to be.
I'm going on form, so.
I just think Son
Scored and got 2 assists today.
I did this yesterday.
Actually. Josh, who have you got 7?
Rashford.
Are you having a laugh?
No, I've got Rashford.
Oh my God, mate. I know, right. You laughed at me for Gordon, and then you've got Rashford in your top 10 wingers in the world right now. How is he top 10 in the world right now?
Whoa. So we'll use your logic against you, right? So Gordon, would you have said Gordon last year? Would you have put him in the list last year?
No.
So he's had, 3/4 of a season where he's been good, and now he's the 4th best left winger in the world.
He was
Rashford's having one season, compared to last season did happen. Like, he did score 30 goals in a season. So, it did happen. So he is a quality left winger. He's not been fantastic this year, but he's still a top 10 left winger in the world.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's not. The problem with Rashford is he had a good season last season, and we see him go like this his whole career. He goes up and down. He's not consistent at all. Gordon, last season wasn't good. He was just settling in after leaving his boyhood club, getting a big money move. He was settling into a new club. This season, he's done really well. It's you can't compare it in that way. If Man United just signed Rashford last season, then you could make that comparison, but they obviously didn't. So it's completely different. I'm in shock that you've got Rashford on there.
Yeah, he's not in my top 10.
Mental. Absolutely mental.
Right now, Rashford is not in the top 10 left wingers in the world.
Yes, he is.
No way.
Yes, he is.
If
you had one game, say you're playing a Champions League final, and he was guaranteed, whoever you picked was guaranteed to have their best game, Rashford would be.
Yeah, but we're not. Obviously, it's not based on their best game. It's based on how they perform throughout a season. And throughout this season, Rashford's been poor. He looks lazy. He's had disciplinary issues as well. There's been all sorts going on with him. You wouldn't have. I'm not bringing that into how he actually plays, but that isn't great either. So I don't think. Right now, if it was the Champions League final and you said to me, who do you want to start, Gordon or Rashford, I'd pick Gordon.
Yeah, I would as well.
I fully would.
This is just fucking mind-blowing to me.
Anyway, my number 7, and Simon, you'll be able to tell me if he actually does play on the left a lot, because my research indicated he does, and it's Jota.
Yeah, but yeah.
I wouldn't class him as a left winger.
But when he played
around the top 3,
he play across the front 3. When he played before he got injured, he was playing down the middle.
Right.
Yeah,
that's where he was getting his goals.
like
but he can play anywhere.
It said when I looked online,
he's one of, for me. Jota would never show up in one of my top 10 lists because for me he's kind of positionless.
Yeah.
He can play on the right, he can play through the middle, he can play on the left, he can play 10. If we were doing a top 10 left wingers or right wingers or strikers or cams, Jota would never show up for me for the simple reason that even though he's quality, he's just positionless to me.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not, again, I wasn't sure what position,
quality,
but I think he's just great, and I think he doesn't get many shouts because he's not a consistent starter at Liverpool.
Yeah.
But whenever he does play, he bags and he gets assists.
I don't dispute the shot. I think he's quality, but like I said, I just think he's positionless, so that's why I don't include him.
And who have you got at number 8, Simon?
I've gone for Luis Diaz, 8.
Right. I don't think he should be in there at all, to be honest. But
I've got Martinelli.
So you're saying Martinelli's worse than Rashford now?
I think Rashford is better than Martinelli, yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
There is no way you actually believe that.
I mean, Rashford scored that great goal last week, didn't he? But Martinelli's just
I think Rashford's better.
Better player.
I'm actually speechless. There's no for the last 3 seasons. I mean, Rashford got some goals last year, but so did Martinelli. There's no way that Rashford should be above him.
He's better than Martinelli.
He's definitely not, but we'll move on. Number 8, I've got Nico Williams at Bilbao. He's 21. He's had 3 goals and 7 assists this season.
Good player.
Yeah, I didn't include him because I've not watched him, so it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't want to make it like all Premier League, so I thought I'd have a look at some of the international leagues. And who have you got at number 9, Simon?
I've got DiMarco from Inter. Again, he's more like similar to Grimaldo, like a wing back, but he's on the left and he's getting goals and assists. For Inter, and they're flying as well into Milan, aren't they? So
no, I respect it.
I got Leroy Sané.
I was going to include him, but he
was in my right wingers list.
Yeah, I think he's been playing right wing, but again, he's one of those that has played on the left.
I did have a look, and he's actually played like nearly 100 games more on the left wing than he has.
Yeah, I know at City he was on the left 24/7 when he never played on the right. No, I'm not.
He would have been in my top 10 if he'd I've seen him play on the left recently.
Number 9, I have Neymar. I know he's crocked at the minute.
Who's he playing for now? Who's he playing for now?
No, you didn't say that. I know for a fact you didn't say that because I'd like to rewind the tape to when we did the top 10 strikers in the world, and I said Benzema and Ronaldo. You said I could never include somebody that plays in the Saudi Shawarma League, that plays in the Farmers League.
I never said the Shawarma bit.
I want to call you out on your fucking hypocrisy here.
Right, you can do it. You can do it, right? But there's less options for this list.
I don't give a flying.
There are far less options.
Is he playing in Saudi Arabia?
He was at Al Hilal. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was there.
Hasn't he had his contract terminated?
Yeah, he doesn't have a club at all right now.
So-
but no, it's because he got crocked. So the
Could I
terminated his
include John
contract.
Barnes then? Because he doesn't have a club.
Oh yeah, I might put Giggsy in there as well.
get Giggsy
Actually,
in,
yeah. Yeah, he's
Stanley
not got a
Matthews.
club.
No, but hear me out. Neymar, right, in comparison to Messi and Ronaldo, Neymar's only 32 still. He was the best player for Brazil.
But that just says everything about Neymar. He just doesn't care about football. He'd rather.
No, he doesn't, but he's unbelievable. Wherever he's played, whenever he's
Plays
been.
for Saudi. Plays for Saudi. Not hearing it.
Saudi Arabia.
Not hearing it.
So you're telling me Neymar isn't top 10 left wingers in the world right now then?
Yes.
If he was fit and playing, you don't think he'd be top 10?
I'm not hearing it, mate. Not hearing it. After the bollocks that you gave me for putting Benzema and Ronaldo in.
No, it's different though, because Benzema's
not
like
hearing
38 and Ronaldo's like 38.
Not hearing it. Not hearing it. But that wasn't your argument. Your argument wasn't age. It was, well, they play in Saudi. They play in the Farmers League. They play against.
Then I do kind of agree with that
They play against
point
players
still.
that aren't even professionals. That was your point. That was your argument against me for putting Benzema and Ronaldo in. And now all of a sudden you've chucked a free agent Neymar in there.
All right, anyway.
The guy's probably played about 4 games this season before he got injured as well.
Yeah, but he's still quality. And whenever he's played internationally, he's been the best player for Brazil.
So you're saying to me, yeah, Rashford doesn't get in the top 10 because he's not been great this year, even though he's played, and his stats are very similar to Martinelli as well, by the way, because I had a look. But then Neymar, who's played a handful of games, been injured all season, but yet he still gets into the top 10. Your argument's flawed there,
Right.
buddy.
For the rest of this season, if they were both fit and firing, would you rather have, on the left wing for Man United, Neymar or Rashford?
At this point in their career, Rashford.
Neymar's 32. He's not even
But he's
that old.
playing in the Saudi league though.
Yeah, but he's only played there for like 3 games before he got injured, so it doesn't
Exactly.
count.
So how the hell
Yeah,
can
so
you
if he
put him
can't-
in the top
If
10?
he can't remain fit in the Saudi league, with all due respect, he shouldn't.
The math ain't on that one, bud.
Let's go on to number 10. Simon, who have you got?
Gordon. I put Gordon as number 10, just to round
I think
things
it's
off.
quite low for the boy.
I think my list is superior.
The thing is, as well, I've actually said on previous episodes, I really don't like Gordon's attitude, etc. I think that he thinks he's better than he is, but he is quite good this season.
Give shit for Rashford about his attitude as well. Oh my god, the fucking holes in his argument are.
No.
I've got Jeremy Doku in mind.
Doku's top 10.
I think
He's
he
good.
sneaks, he sneaks in for me. I think it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, he's not been around for the whole. I mean, obviously, I didn't watch him last year. So yeah, I think he sneaks in the
he's a
top
good
10.
player.
I'd need to see more from him for him to kind of like definitely go higher.
My number 10 is Somerville.
What, Jimmy Somerville, the singer? Goodness me. You know when you thought to yourself, hey, I might start a football podcast?
I'm done. Cut the tape. I'm going home. This is fucking nonsense. Kid's got Anthony Gordon 4th best in the world and Somerville 10th. Fucking take your head for a shit.
Somerville this year has been absolutely unbelievable. I truly believe if Somerville was in that Man United team or the Liverpool team, he'd have better output than Diaz or Rashford. I'm laughing, but I actually fully believe that. Josh looks like he's gonna die.
You know when you decided to do a football podcast, were you like pissed out of your brain?
I don't think that's a bad shout.
Yeah, you wouldn't. That's the problem.
Somerville has been the best left winger in one of the top 10 leagues in the world this season. So I don't know how you can really debate it.
Championship is probably one of the most competitive leagues, but it's not the best.
It's in the top 10 leagues in the world. Top 10.
Quality?
Yeah.
If it is.
Well.
Think about it. You can't name 10 leagues better.
Yes,
Not top 5, obviously, but top 10. But yeah, Somerville. Somerville.
You're
is
not on
number
about
10.
the singer. You're not on about
No,
the
I
singer.
don't know who that is.
Okay.
Sorry. Josh, have you got any questions?
Why are you doing a podcast?
I don't think it's that bad a take. I don't even feel hurt by this one. I think it's pretty decent. Somerville, to me, is right now one of the top 10 best left wingers in the world.
In Leeds, yes.
No, in the world.
Yeah.
I nearly put Kazea in over him at Juventus, but I think Somerville takes the edge.
Honestly, give your dealer a big shout out because whatever you've smoked before you made that list is fucking power.
I really don't think it's a bad list. And I'll read it from top to bottom right now for you, and then you guys can do the same. My top 10 left wingers / left mids in the world right now. First, Vinicius Jr. Second, Rafael Leao. Third, Son. Fourth, Gordon. Fifth, Martinelli. Sixth, Josh, I don't know how to say this name. Say it for me. Kvaratskhelia. Seventh is Jota. Eighth, Nico Williams. Ninth is Neymar. And 10th is Somerville. I think that's actually a quality list. I'm not hearing it.
I think that is fucking dreadful.
Simon, what's yours?
So
Top 10 left wingers in the world.
Left wingers in the world right now. Mbappe, number 1. Vinicius Jr., number 2. Foden, number 3. Grimaldo, number 4. Martinelli, number 5. Musiala, number 6. Son, number 7. Luis Diaz, 8. DiMarco, number 9. And Gordon, 10.
I
Pretty decent.
It. Josh?
Oh, God. I just...
I killed him.
I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. I've got Mbappe 1, Vinny 2, Foden 3, Leao 4, Son 5, Diaz 6, Rashford 7, Martinelli 8, Sane 9, Doku 10.
And I also just want to point out, I feel like I might get cooked for this list, but I didn't count Mbappe or Foden as left wingers while creating this list. That's why they're not in there. And if they were, Somerville wouldn't have been in the top 10. But without those additions, I think.
So you think, Somerville is better than Cody Gakpo?
Gakpo's not a left winger, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Well, again, he's one of those who can play across the front.
And to be honest, yeah.
So
I actually would say that because I think
probably, to be honest, Gakpo's not playing that well
Gakpo's
right
a
now.
bad example. He's not done that well.
My reasoning is that when
Gakpo's
Louis van
better
Gaal is picking the Netherlands squad,
I think Somerville will get in the next Netherlands squad after the season he's had this
but
year.
he starts Gakpo.
Yeah, but I'm saying Somerville's still young and it's the first season he's ever really had actually starting every game. And he's had 20 goals and assists in the Championship, which is a very good and competitive league.
Play more games.
Still.
I don't know. Somerville, I can't believe it.
I genuinely don't think it's that bad a shout.
It is fucking horrendous.
I'm saying it again.
He's a great player. He's very good. He is not top 10 in the world.